Alright, welcome back everybody. It is Christmas Day and today we are doing prime rib. Alright, prime rib. Delicious, super easy, just kind of expensive. This was an 18-pound rib roast that I got USDA choice. I cut some steaks off it last night to cook as ribeyes. As you can see, cuts beautiful ribeyes. So it's probably down to about 14 pounds right now. There really is just not a whole lot you have to do with this stuff. So I'm gonna show you, we're gonna put a rub and coating on it, cook it, and that's about it. Unlike other meats that you smoke, this only comes up to really low temperature. So you're gonna cook this to about 130 degrees. Let it heat up and then that's it. And that'll be slicing. So it doesn't take quite as long, not as high heat, and it goes quick. Prep is really easy. We're gonna use a regular, just a typical beef rub, which is salt, pepper. I put a little bit of coffee in there, some garlic, and a little bit of smoked paprika, and that's it. Beef, just the flavor of it, you just really mostly need that salt and pepper. Coffee adds a little bit of depth, which makes it really good. And we're gonna mix it with mustard, Dijon mustard, and coat this whole thing. As far as trimming, there's really just not a whole lot you have to do. You can trim some of this fat off here, but you wanna be really careful because you start digging into it, it'll fall apart. So a lot of this holds this together and will break down pretty well in the, when you smoke it, it helps get a nice crust, holds some of the rub on there. So it'll be pretty good. So we'll get this kind of trimmed up and rubbed up here for you. All right, we've got this all trimmed up. You can see I trimmed some off the back there, a little bit more off the front, but really just not a whole lot. You've got this section down here, which is a lot of fat, but there is some meat in there, so I try not to get too much of it. Like I said, this will break down, and it's nice to get that little piece, but you could just rip this whole piece off and you'd just be left with a nice round one. I actually cut me one more steak off of there too. Save that for later. For the rub, basically you mix that rub together, have the ingredients on the screen, and then I just mix it into some Dijon mustard and just make this paste. And then we're just gonna rub that all over it. That's it. And you can just kind of let this sit for a little bit. It can sit for a couple hours actually, or you could wrap it, put it in the fridge, let that sit on there, let it rest out, get a little bit up to room temperature, and then we're going to throw it on the smoker at 225. All right, we just put the meat on. As you can see, it's just going to sit in there, and with the prime rib, basically you just watch this really close because we're going to pull this when that internal temperature here in the middle gets to be about 125 to 130, and then it'll rest for a little bit. So should just take, we're hoping for about 3 to 4 hours tops, and it'll be done. Anyway, piece of cake. Okay, it's been just over 3 hours, so you can see it's looking good. We're gonna check the temperature. Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, we should be good. We're gonna pull that off now, let it rest, and we'll carve it up. Okay, it's been resting for about 30 minutes, and so we're gonna carve it up, see how it looks. Looks pretty good. All right, girls, do you want to come taste it?
Yeah.
All right, come here. You can see, if you look, see how juicy it is? in there.
Oh, there's some blood. It's not blood.
Delicious blood.
Blood.
Juice.
Here, have a piece.
What do you think, Jeff? Try it?
I'm trying it.
Go ahead. Try it.
That's good, Dad.
Like it? There you go. Prime rib. Easy peasy.